No, wait, just kidding.
All right. Welcome back, guys. So again, very quickly, last week started the official tournament, round one. A lot of you guys who did bet won some gold. Some of you didn't win as much as you thought you would. Um, but the bets have been put in place again. I believe. Where is yours? Oh, so you're okay. So you have that. Okay, so everyone has put in their bets. Both Valence and Kahir did make it through their first round. I put the new bracket in the Discord, and I believe I also have it on Roll20. I don't think I uploaded it yet, though. I didn't. So I can upload it, but you guys should all have it on Discord. Last week, very quickly again, was just basically the tournament. You guys messed around in the town, ran around. You guys, I believe, Traherne had met an individual who was a Rosegarden Golden Rose Knight who told Traherne, "Hey, you know, the Golden Rose is something of legend. It doesn't necessarily grow in Rosegarden Kingdom anymore, but there have been sightings of at least maybe one or two out near Death's Desert, which is to the north of Rosegarden Kingdom. You guys also have a secondary mission after the tournament to basically go after Alric, who destroyed half of Rosegarden Kingdom. During the time which you guys were actually fighting um, Merkel, the Prince of Pain, and a whole bunch of undead that had showed up in the Gnomish village known as the Old Tree. Orpheus had asked for Ulrich's help. He came, took care of the dragon that was attacking, and immediately came to Rosegarden Kingdom and destroyed half of Rosegarden Kingdom with the dragon. You guys have been given all this information so far. Also, Valence had found out that Old Man Pilth is actually an Aasimar. He's been tasked with watching over you guys since you became keepers. Has revealed all this and other information to Valence about Merkel and it being officially Tofu or Orpheus's mom. Um, this is someone that they've been keeping track of basically since the beginning. Um, and he was part of a party with Tom Corvus and the rest of the supernaturals, kind of Terra, which is where you guys are now, the world of Terra. So we're gonna bring you guys back in. Last week, at the end of the session, the fight between Goto and Kahir, which they took on a Kraken. They decided to try and work together to bring down the Kraken. However, it didn't seem like they would be able to do this successfully. So in the final moments of the match, Kahir decided to, okay, this doesn't seem like what we're supposed to do. I'm going to try and hit Goto. And Goto, same, tried to hit Kahir. He didn't reach Kahir in time, and Kahir struck the final blow against Goto, um, which was successful, at least for Kahir, because he won the round. But Goto was very impressed with Kahir's strength and wanted to meet with him at the arena at night. No round. He did ask you, Kahir, to bring someone from um, the world of Niflheim and an elvish nature. He actually brings someone with pointy ears with you when you come to the arena. Again, he didn't give any specifics as to why, but he wanted to give you a gift. He said. Um, so that's where we're gonna pick back up this evening. Does anyone have any questions before we get started?
Yes, I had a migraine today, and I was reading my bets backwards as far as the ratio, so I updated that in the chat. Do I need to send those to you?
Yeah, just
I'll
put
just
them in
PM them.
the
Yeah.
no. Put them in the
Okay.
party chat.
Yeah, they're there. It's
I
the same
PM'd them
one.
to you. Do you want me to just throw them in the port chat instead?
Wait, what?
Right, I'll just duplicate. I PM'd him the bets to you earlier, but I'll just put them in the party chat.
Yeah, you haven't changed it, right?
No,
Swim?
same one.
I reposted. I switched Torvald and Uranov or whatever because I was just go with what I just posted.
Okay.
I keep reading 1 to 2 as like the bigger payout, but it's 2 to 1 is the bigger payout. So I'm going big dick tonight. I'm either gonna go
So I'll
big or
read
go
off the
home.
payouts. Currently, Valence is not favored, and if Valence wins, anyone that bet on Valence will be paid out 2 to 1. Brielle Levy is favored to win with a payout of 1 to 2. Captain Tobold is a favorite now. The crowd really was impressed with his match. He's now a 2 to 1. Tom Corvus is sorry, it's the opposite. Captain Tobold is taking on Tom Corvus. Tom Corvus is the favorite to win. With Torbold, if he wins, the payout will be 2 to 1. Technically, it's probably going to be 3 to 1 if he wins, but we'll see. Tom Corvus, 1 to 2. He's the favorite. Tyron Hellshout versus Kahir. Tyron is the favorite. If Kahir wins, he'll be paid. The people will be paid out 2 to 1. And then Uranoth versus Draco. Uranoth is actually the favorite with the 2 to 1 payout. So keep that in mind. That's how much you'll get. Regardless, if you bet on a winner, you're going to get paid out. It's just not as much if it's not on if it's on a person who's favored. So keep that in mind. Let's bring us in. So once again, we're going to fast forward to the evening time. Kahir, who do you choose to bring with you out of the group to go meet with
I'll say Aelindel.
Goto? Okay. Aelindo, do you agree?
Sure.
All right. So for the rest of you guys, you do have an option to go back to the Ebon Rose Legion to go relax, eat, do whatever, or you can go around town at night. It's totally up to you guys. But we have been in Rosegarden for quite a few episodes, so I kind of want to fast forward a little bit more of this tournament to get you guys through it. If you guys are cool with fast forwarding and waiting at Rosegarden, Ebon Rose for the night, totally up to you. Unless there's something else of importance that you want to get done.
I have nothing that I need to do. What about you?
No.
We're good.
Balance, same thing. Just chilling.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Aelindil and Kahir, you head into the tournament grounds at night. It is quite dark. The tournament grounds are not lit at night. There is soldiers and guard posted up. However, the guard does let you through, informing you that yes, Goto is waiting inside. You step inside through the opening, which seems quite small for the giant who stands in front of you, the Goliath named Goto. And you see his figure. Can everyone see Goto's large hammer and himself on the screen currently?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Give me 1 second. Let me open up my stuff. He is not facing you, Kahir. He's actually facing the arena as you walk in.
He's in the doorway.
Yeah, he's in the doorway, kind of like peeking out into the arena, taking it all in, looking around.
Ah, Goto, my friend. I have come as you asked. And I have brought Pointy here with me. Say hi, then. And I nudge
Hi, Goto.
Aelindel.
Yeah, do you say anything?
Like, hey, Goto.
Oh, Kahir and Pointy Ear One. I know you. He points at you, Aelindel. I know you. Where do I know you from?
Do I have any recollection of Goto outside of here, or?
Roll me a history check. You have to roll high. This is someone of importance from Niflheim.
18?
Let's see. Yes. Goto is... Let me give you a quick rundown, and I'll bring you over to the map. I moved the maps because I had to scroll all the way up to bring you guys over to the map often, so there we go. So Goto is from Mount Drifton, which is over here. Mount Drifton is probably one of the only places where you can find Goliaths. And Goto is famous for his dojo on the top of one of the mountains in Mount Drifton. Many monks and many people, usually sometimes criminals, they'll be sent there as well, where Goto would kind of break them and, teach them the ways of being a monk. And Goto is the most famous of all the Goliaths. So you'll have that information. So again, he says to you, I know you from somewhere. You look familiar. Goto know you?
Well, I am the Prince of Nocturne.
He very quickly leans his hammer against the wall. And instead of kneeling down, he gets in a cross-leg position, puts his hands together, and gives you a quick, gentle bow.
Aelindel reciprocates the bow and kind of nods his head back to him.
Hey, I don't know what to do in the presence of one like you, but it's very refreshing to see you or your kind here in Dara. Not too sure where Goto is, but heard big fight. Goto want to test his might. Goto very happy Kahir was his opponent, but very saddened that they made trick instead of being able to fight. I not call you here to fight though, Kahir. Kahir, I see something in you, and I have gift for you. Do you accept? It will not be easy gift to obtain, but go to try and make it easy for Kahir.
Me honored that you would offer such gift, and me honored that I got to fight you too, even in unsavory circumstance. Me be honored. I accept gift with pride.
Goto kind of stands back up, stretches out a little bit. Kahir, do you know all beings have energy called ki? Kahir, what is your intelligence modifier? As he speaks of the word
-1.
ki. Kahir does not really understand what Goto is talking about. Goto looks at you and he sees that you're kind of like puzzled and you're not really sure what he's talking about. This is going to be hotter than ki. Then Goto think. Okay, not ki like Goto use ki to unlock just. No. Goto use to get confused too. Make it simpler for Kahir to understand, because Goto know it hard to know. Kahir, you familiar with bear spirit, yeah?
Yes, very much so.
A bear find it hard to difficult or to catch a rabbit, because rabbit very quick. But Kahir can channel bear strength and use muscle energy to move fast. This is ki. Kahir, roll an athletics check. Ooh, that's a big fail. Well,
Me sorry. You put Kahir on spot. Me wasn't ready.
Here, let Goto demonstrate. Goto shows Kahir basically step of the wind. He turns an ankle and moves extremely quick, almost too quick for you to perceive. Very quickly, he's across the arena, and then again, he's right back in front of you. He continues to speak. If Rabbit's still quick, Bear must bonk Rabbit on noggin to stop Rabbit from running away. Kahir channel energy of bear hunger to think quick. This is key. Kahir, roll a survival check. Yeah, you're very successful. You very quickly raise a fist and slap the top of Goto. Seems you're very familiar with bonking Rabbit on head. If you want to demonstrate.
Me got that one down.
Yeah. Ah, very good, yes. Kahir no stunning strike. Again, if Rabbit's still too quick, Bear stop moving. Let Rabbit come to Bear. When Rabbit thinks Bear no hostile no more, that when Bear go for Kiru. Kahir channel Bear hibernating. No ever find Bear sleeping in cave. Rabbit, no wake sleeping Bear, yeah? This is key. Kahir, roll an insight check. That's a fail. Here, let me show you, Kahir. Basically, Kahir, what Goto does is the same thing he did before when he was bowing to Elendil. He crosses his legs and puts his arms up in a motion like this. Closes his eyes. As you draw near, he very quickly catches your leg, almost too fast to perceive. He basically shows you, in the monk terms, patient defense. Here, roll me 2 more intelligence checks.
Just raw intelligence?
Just raw intelligence. None of those were a crit fail, so you are successful in learning the teachings from Goto on how to channel your ki. You gain the following benefits, and I'm going to put them in the chat. These are totally up to you if you want to accept or not what you're about to get, but you're going to get a lot. One of the things I did give you was kind of an inkling as to what's going to happen at your Frostglaive, but you get to train with one of the strongest martial artists basically in Niflheim. So you're going to get all the following, and I'll very quickly read it out loud just so that it's not a task for you to read all this. Essentially what you get is either +2 barbarian levels or +2 multi-class levels. I'm leaning you towards barbarian levels specifically for this, since you're I meant to say monk levels, not barbarian, but basically I'm leaning you more towards monk levels. Kahir will get ki when he rages. Kahir will get 3 ki points. Ki points return on a short or a long rest. Kahir learned to move more effectively, watching Goto glide across the battlefield during his match. You get +2 to Dex no matter what. This is going to push your AC to 18. Kahir can no longer use a shield even if he wanted to, as using his ki requires him to focus only on his glaive. You will get +2 to Wisdom, +2 to Intelligence. Goto's use of the rabbit and bear analogies help Kahir understand things more easily and helps Kahir think more logically moving forward in and out of combat, which is the explanation as to why you're getting +2 to Wisdom and Intelligence. Kahir learns Step of the Wind, Stunning Strike, and Patient Defense. You also get Ki Improved Danger Sense. In addition, if a spell or attack causes you to take half damage on a Dexterity saving throw, you instead take no damage. Difficult terrain that restricts movement, such as vines on the ground, deep water, icy surfaces, has no effect on you when you're in a rage. However, any damage that occurs from those sources still apply as normal, minus any resistances. You get Ki Improved Polearm Master. Opposite end attacks no longer require a bonus action and will be part of your normal attack action. You may only make 1 opposite end per turn, even if under the effects of haste and or other spells and abilities that give extra actions within a turn. Also, when Kahir levels up moving forward, he'll gain 1 ki point to a max of 5 ki points. Kahir can unlock Ki Empowered Flurry of Blows, which is an unarmed strike plus strength plus proficiency in magical on the next level, and does not have to disarm himself. Instead, Kahir mechanically throws his glaive upwards to distract his enemy, performs his powerful fist attacks, and then catching it after the flurry of blows concludes in an acrobatic way. Whenever you hit a creature with one of the attacks granted by your key empowered flurry of blows, you can oppose one of the following effects to that target. You can read all the rest of this. I'm going to skip it. To your Frostglaive. Your Frostglaive is now a +3 item, magical weapon. You get the attribute called Titan's Might, which Kahira has mastered his glaive, infusing it with the power from the legendary Goliath Goto and his explanation of ki. In addition to being a +3 magical bonus now, instead of a +2, the base damage of the glaive is increased to 1d12 instead of 1d10. Kahir can also now deal fire damage instead of cold damage, should he wish, as the fire of Goto's might burns bright in Kahir, and Kahir strikes set the air literally on fire.
That's cool.
Goto again speaks to you, Kahir, a final time. If Kahir ever visit Mountain of Drifting, Kahir visit Goto at dojo, and Goto train Kahir more to become one with his ki. He very quickly brings his hands together and bows in front of you.
Kahir mimics his movements and does the same bow. Me be honored to learn more from you. If one me in Niflheim again, me come find you.
Yeah, he rests two huge arms and hands on your shoulders. You win tomorrow, yeah? He starts shaking you.
Kahir laughs in the midst of his head rocking back and forth from this massive man just shaking him. Yeah, me gonna give that weird glowy thing not man a run for his money.
You turn him into a beer can, yeah?
Yeah.
Come, let's go drink some.
He be my next barrel.
He grabs you and starts walking you towards the tavern very quickly. It doesn't seem like you needed Aelinda's help, but Aelindil, you could have cast guidance during any of these saving throws or ability checks. So if Kahir failed miserably, you would have been able to step in and Kahir could have re-rolled. But not needed. But Aelindil, you did witness everything here. And
I don't have guidance.
You used to. You and
The other elf has it. The other elf have guidance. But the other elf never used it once in the campaign either. No, the other elf used it once in the campaign.
I've used it more than once.
Yep, you used it
Just
once.
because you make up stuff doesn't mean
and that's the end of the Goto scene. Essentially, Kahir and Aelindil, Goto brings you over to one of the taverns, the ones that you guys haven't actually gone to yet, in Rosegarden Kingdom. Bring you back over to the map, which is Thorn's Tavern, which is not too far from the training grounds, or the the tournament grounds. It's here at 11, if I'm not mistaken, or 10. Yeah, right here, right where you are at the moment, Aelindil, on the map.
Oh, that's where I got the drink from as I started walking away.
Yeah. So again, this time you're there at the site of both Kahir and Goto. The crowd that's currently at the tavern kind of splits and lets them come in, as tons of gold is flown towards the front to buy drinks for these two, these two contenders. Some of them are not as happy to buy a drink for Goto, but are more intimidated by his presence, as he lost his match. So some people are still resentful for that. Others are just, in awestruck of these two titans. As you guys head into the tavern and, presumably have some dinner, some drinks, and then probably head back to Evan Rose in preparation for your match tomorrow. Unless Kahir is thinking of anything that he wants to talk to Goto about.
Not really. He's just more focused on kind of like looking over himself and what kind of reflecting innerly what Goto was telling him and kind of, inspired in him and awoke within him, and having a good time drinking with his newfound friend.
Cool. So yeah, you guys enjoy the night. For the rest of you guys, anything you guys are doing in the Evan Rose Legion while you're getting ready for the next match tomorrow? Maybe Valence is going over the potions that he was given, thinking about which ones he wanted to use for the next day.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sure Traherne is probably thinking of a new breakfast item for the morning.
Yep.
Since they don't necessarily cook vegan in the Evan Rose Legion.
Okay, I got caffeine.
All right.
Oh my gosh,
Aelin,
I
Dole,
just
and
had
Kahir.
the best idea. I have all these alchemy kits.
Mhm.
I could be growing microgreens on our traveling path.
Very true.
Yeah.
So again, Kahir and Aelindel probably promptly go to bed after they've already ate, while Orpheus, Valence again is probably already in bed as well, getting prepped for tomorrow. Orpheus and Traherne, you guys are free to move about or ask any questions. Also, Kahir, while you have some downtime, and I'll give you also the break as well, you have some things to check off here and to update on your character sheet. So I'll work on you with that for at least your Frostglaive, and then the rest we can put in as we go. But you do have some levels to choose. Again, if you choose in Monk, it will be based off of what I put in the chat with the updates to the extra key stuff that you get versus just taking straight Monk levels. I kind of wanted to do like a little bit of a homebrew because you're getting trained by a master of the fist rather than learning yourself.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So again, Traherne or Orpheus, anything specific that you're doing before heading into the room for the night? We're presuming you've already ate dinner or you're prepping meals for the morning.
I was looking for a. Can I go buy a
And
sleep
there's plenty
potion?
of cooked fish left over for Bean, by the way.
Can I find? Where can I find a sleep potion?
Sleep potion. It's a good question. Do you ask anyone specifically?
I don't know. Anybody have?
Yeah.
Does anybody have a sleep spell? I'm gonna go ask Ellen though. Hey, I sort of have a question
No,
for you.
sorry.
You don't? Oh,
I do not.
okay. I'm gonna walk to the kitchen and then look for
I
some.
do have to say, the only time I've ever seen you have a good night's sleep is when you're drunk the other night.
Your mic is extremely low, Radix.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh,
It,
that's a good idea.
Only-
Okay.
You want to repeat that, Radix? I couldn't hear you, so I don't know if the stream heard.
yeah, I'm swatching headphones. As I said, the only time I remember you ever having a good night's sleep was the other night when you're drunk.
That's a good idea. Oh, I guess I'm looking for something to drink. I'll be back. I'm gonna walk to the kitchen. I'm looking for. Wait, what are you doing here?
Me?
Yeah.
Messing. This
Yeah, that's
better?
good. Both are fine.
That's
I
good.
think you just need to adjust the gain on the Yeti, but we can mess it later. What am I doing? That's a good question. Well, I am grabbing some coffee for us this lovely morning, and
It's nighttime outside.
I
It's
mean
still
this
nighttime.
lovely night. Sorry.
Yeah, so I put you there. I wasn't sure if you were gonna prepare like a vegan meal for the morning since.
No,
Trahan,
I'm actually looking for a nightcap. So, is there any Baileys?
are you doing though? Well, I heard the other day your people like to eat the mushroom at night.
Mushrooms? Yeah. Do you know where to get some mushrooms?
You acting weird right now. Are you on something?
No.
Oh,
It's been a long day. I just couldn't remember what time it was. But I have this idea. I could take some sort of like alcohol, right? And mix it with my coffee.
The
you know where-
cook inside that's currently sitting there, nodding off a little bit, looks over to both of you, takes out a flask, takes a swig, and passes it,
oh,
Passes it to who? Me?
handing it towards
me?
Orpheus.
I wrap it. I'ma jug the whole
You,
thing.
you can keep that one. He pulls out another one.
I'm wrapping the
Balance
second
bought
one
these
too.
for us before his voyage. They're called flasks. You could just put liquor in them.
Oh, can I see that flask too? The second flask.
Yeah,
I take it. I chug both of them.
He again pulls out another one, opens it,
Well, am I drunk yet?
hands it over to you, Trern.
Yeah.
This
You
one,
try to grab it out of my hand?
This one he doesn't open. It's sealed. You shake it. It feels like full.
Okay.
He walks over to the back where the barrels are, which is
Mhm.
where they keep all the wines and liquors, and comes back out for his own flask.
So I open it up. I kind of smell it. Kind of look in there. What kind of alcohol does it look or appear to be?
You stick like a pinky inside and you pull it out, smell it. It's a dark liquor. You're not too sure what it is, but it smells very strongly of something from your, I guess, where you were at the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
Smells very strong of licorice.
Are you gonna drink that?
Yeah, but I'm gonna add it to my coffee. So
Can
I'm
I
gonna grab
taste
a
it?
Cup.
Can you taste it?
Passing around some Jaeger.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, Jaeger coffee.
D&D version of
That's
Jaeger.
homeboy's drink, man.
Yeah.
Can I taste it?
Yeah. Huh?
Can I taste it?
Hold on. And sure.
You have 2 flasks of it.
Trahern grabs.
In both your hands. You're double fisting at the moment.
Trahern grabs a cup of coffee out of the big flask thing, or not the flask, whatever you call those barrel things. And fills it up.
you have like little flasks, but you also have like mugs.
Yeah, but
and things like
what's
that.
the thing in front of me that holds the coffee? The big containers. What do they
The
call
flask.
Oh,
on the
you're
table?
talking about like the dispenser of the
the
of
big
the
dispenser
coffee.
things. Yeah. So I'm gonna fill up a cup of coffee, and then I'm gonna pour some of the flask into the coffee, and then I'm gonna smell it and then taste it. What does it taste like?
Roll me a d20 for mixing the alcohol in the coffee to see how strong it is. The alcohol, at least. Pretty strong. And then roll me a d20 to see how it tastes. Yeah, not too bad.
Okay. And I'm thinking to myself like how I could make it better. So I decided to pour a little bit more alcohol into it.
Okay. Roll me another d20. Too much. Definitely too strong for you. now.
Yeah, and I'm just Trahern drinks it and he's just like, oh, this is like wildfire. And then I'm like, I say that kind of to myself, and I'm just like, I get an idea. I'm like, here you go, and I hand it over to Orpheus.
Wait, am I drunk yet?
Did you drink the 2 flasks right away?
Yeah, I said it. I just both
Okay.
up.
Roll me 2 Constitution saving throws. The first one is normal. The second one's with disadvantage. Oh yeah, you're
Oh.
super drunk.
Oh,
Immediately, almost.
I'm
you are
good.
not used to drinking stuff like that.
So I hand you mine, and it's literally just alcohol with a hint of coffee.
No, I'm good right now. I feel good right now. Can I sleep though?
You're still awake. I didn't say you
Oh.
passed out.
Oh
And you've
no.
been handed a 3rd drink.
If you don't like it, give it back. I'll save it for later.
I'll jog it.
By the way,
need to
Traherne,
sleep.
you only used about a quarter of the flask. You still have the rest.
Oh,
I
I
want
need
to
to
hold on to
sleep.
that. The cook did give you guys flasks that you can keep. On it has the sigil of the Ebon Rose, just on the front of it. It is black colored, almost like a black metal. Kind of looks like Valence's armor, his original armor.
Well, I'm a jug.
And
The
Orpheus,
other
if you
half.
chug the coffee,
Not
you
the
need a
coffee,
third
the other half.
Constitution saving throw, and you have to roll above a 16, or you pass out right there.
Oh, okay. I'll jug it.
Ooh, close! But you pass out on the floor,
Yes.
and Bean starts licking your face. Traherne, Orpheus passes out due to being super drunk. Right as he sips his coffee.
So I fill up a few more cups of coffee, and then I just laugh to myself and then step over Orpheus and walk out the door and make my way back.
Bean follows you, by the way.
Bean follows me?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to walk all the way back here. And then I notice Bean's there. So I have like a little, I see like a little cup or a bowl, and I put a little bit of the coffee on the ground to see if Bean wants some of it. It's just regular coffee though, not like, no alcohol.
Peter coming for you.
Bean immediately jumps on the bed in the back corner as a knock at the door. There's a knock. Doot, doot, doot.
Ayla kind of turns and looks at the door and goes over and opens it. Yes.
The cook is standing there. He's got his cook hat on, but he's still in full armor. I think you left one. And he hands over Orpheus, plops him on the bed, and slams the door and walks back out.
I feel reek of alcohol smell right now.
Ayla remembers back to what he previously told Orpheus and just shakes his head and goes back down to sitting down.
It looks like Valence. Valence, I'm assuming you just finished taking off your armor. You're about to go to bed as all this racket's going on.
Yeah. I'm just
Kind of probably
chilling.
looking pissed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna offer coffee to everybody in the room.
You'll be waiting for tomorrow because I got the whole warrior mindset. I'm just like, I got fights coming.
Yeah, Valence gives you a stern look.
Yeah, get
For her.
fucked.
You sound horrible. You might. You sure you don't want something warm before you go to bed to help your throat?
No, you can go give that to Tofu.
Tofu's already passed
Or,
out.
Oh.
Orpheus on the crowd right now at the door. Blank.
The cook did
Starfish.
plop you down on the bed.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna set the cups down on the table since nobody wanted any, and then make my way to a bed.
Okay. And everyone go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
On the table, Traherne,
Yeah.
there's a weird looking contraption. It looks like a disc. There's no food, even though there is food on the table in the map. There's a weird contraption. It looks like a silvery disc. You look underneath, and it seems to be some type of red glowing thing underneath. As you put the coffee down on it, you see the coffee slowly start to bubble as if it's staying warm on that plate. Looks like maybe something you would remember from back home called hot plates.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I didn't even check the type of cup it is. Is it heat safe?
It is a metal cup. It's not gonna
Okay.
it's not gonna melt or anything. It's a metal
Okay.
mug.
So is it hot enough that it's boiling it, or is it just kind of keeping
No,
it
it just
warm?
seems like it's keeping it warm.
Okay.
This would be something that you would, keep hot foods hot
Okay. Yeah. So I'll
until you put it on your plate.
Yeah. So I'll put like a little lid on each one, and
Yeah,
so
there
it
is a
doesn't
huge lid.
evaporate.
If you look over to your right, there is a huge thing that you put on top, almost
Yeah.
like a pot cover,
Okay. Yeah, and I'll put
almost
that
as
on
big
there.
as like a shield, but not as big. So you can plop it on top to keep the coffee hot all night.
Okay.
But
Probably
you've
don't
been
know.
told they brew fresh coffee in the morning anyway. But I'm assuming with your addiction, you want to keep this for yourself.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else important you guys doing before going to bed?
Mm-mm.
All right, and we'll take our first and only break of the evening. We are going to go until 10, so I'll give you guys 10 minutes. We'll start again at 9. And Zeph, aka Kahir, will work on your character sheet. So I'll
Also,
give you guys 10-minute break.
I want to be the first one to wake up, whenever that is.
You're an elf, so you only need 4 hours. So you and
Yeah.
Aelinda will probably be the first ones up.
Okay. All right, I'll switch us over to break.
Okay. Let me know when we're back.
We are.
Cool. Welcome back. The next morning. Let's see. Where is my overlay? You can stop sharing now, Zeph.
This is what I have.
Orpheus.
Yes.
Let's see.
Oh, I get to roll the dice?
Roll me 3 wisdom saving throws as your alarm clock begins to go off when you watch.
Oh.
Let's see if you sleep through them. The first 2 alarms you sleep through. You have no idea what the hell's going on. The final alarm finally does wake you up. However, during the night, you were communing with Daniele.
Mm-hmm.
However, as you awake, you have no recollection as to what the conversation was about. You just know that Daniele did call you while you were sleeping, and when you woke up, you have no idea what happened while you were sleeping.
Oh.
Again, the benefits that you get from your commuting with Daniele at night, we'll talk about later.
Okay.
Once you do your final sleep session, I think I said 3 in total.
Yeah.
So you've done 2. You need 1 more. But finally, you do wake up. Everyone else is already up. Traherne, you are the first to awake, along with Aelindel. What were you guys doing the early hours in the morning?
So I decide to play a prank on the group.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go before everybody wakes up. I didn't get enough coffee for everyone. I only had 3 cups of coffee. So I'm gonna take one for myself, and then I'm
Drink
gonna
all
take
3.
I'm gonna take the yeah, joke's on you. I wanna pour the entire rest of the flask that I have into one of the 2 remaining cups of coffee, and they're both in the warmer. And I'm gonna offer those to the group, or like they're open there for everyone to get if they want it in the morning. And I'm gonna see if someone decides to drink the one that's filled with alcohol without them knowing.
Probably should have PM'd me that.
It's fine.
But it's fine.
But no, it's fine because they have to. If they're gonna pick up coffee, then they have to just make them roll or something for the pickup.
What if we don't pick up?
Don't
Aelindel
metagame.
sees you doing this, by the way.
Don't metagame.
Aelindel's been watching this whole time. Just a heads up.
I look at Arundel and give him a wink.
You hear Imbalance are the
Aelin had
next
his
2
laughs.
awake. So Kahir wakes, Balance wakes.
Yep.
Morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
I'm fake. I'm
Where's
fake
the
waking
little
up.
furball?
Big day for you guys, huh?
Oh, me
Yeah,
excited. Me excited. Me real.
Bean is curled up next to you, Kahir.
Me real excited. Me get a cup of ale and me be even more excited. Let me show you. Hi, Bean. I got a present for you. He digs into his bag and pulls out a little piece of jerky and hands it to him.
Traherne's just sitting there enjoying his cup of coffee and looks over to Kahir, who's yawning, and like, I have a couple more cups of coffee on the table if you want some. Might help you wake up.
You know, for once, that sounds like a good one. I'll have that before me ale. Peter kind of shoddily stands up and shuffles over to the thing and picks one.
Roll me, you said there's 3 in total. You poured your
No.
flask into 2.
No. I have one. So there's only 2 cups left. So it's one or the other. So it's one or 2.
Okay.
I'll let you pick.
Traherne, pick a number. 1 or 2.
2.
Here, roll 1d2.
2 is the one that has it.
Take a
Yes!
swig. Roll me a con save. With advantage, as Kahir is a big guy and he knows his drinks.
22.
Tastes good. Tastes like a nice little flavored coffee. Something a little minty at the end there. Something a little licoricey.
Tastes different than I remember, but boy, is it good.
Definitely wakes you up.
Yeah,
Traherne
that hit the spot.
Traherne looks over to Aondel and is just like puzzled that it didn't even phase Kahir when he tasted it, because it literally was just straight up acetone. Like, it was so strong.
And
Here,
a
roll me
little
a
like
history check. Let's see if you've ever drank this type of liquor before. Nah, you have no idea. You think it's just maybe a new brew of coffee?
Just like some
This is one of those fancy flavors you picked up. This is good.
Huh?
and Aelin kind of like just points at Traherne, and in Traherne's head he just hears Aelin speaking. What, you expect the giant over here to not be able to take a little bit of alcohol?
and we
Let me
just
see.
start.
Did you vote on Kihir? You did vote on Kihir, didn't you? I thought
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are you trying to sabotage them?
No. I have faith in
The guy
Kahir.
who literally has 2 giant casks of Manicore ale next to his bed.
I have faith in Kahir, whether he's sober or wasted. I think he'll still win.
The new drunken monk.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
A drunk
Yes.
master. Yeah.
Let's do it.
That is Kahir style. If I pick one more level in Monk, that's going to be it. Way of the Drunken Master.
Balance,
Good
you're gonna
morning.
get into donning your armor.
Yes, sir. Starting to get suited up. Got a fucking big show to put on today.
Your opponent is that Brielle lady.
Yeah, she's quick.
She's got some moves. You
Good
be careful
morning.
out there. Oh, good God. It's awake.
How are you
Good morning,
feeling?
Orpheus.
Are you hungover?
What's hungover?
Magically or mechanically, Orpheus is fine.
Huh?
Seems like he may have slept it off. For her.
Woo! That is 2 nights in a row.
However, Orpheus, you are extremely thirsty. Like, really thirsty.
Oh. Can I have some water?
I have coffee.
No. I'm gonna go get some water.
There's water and coffee.
No. I think last night that's 1 cup put me to sleep, I think. I'm gonna go get water. Are we heading out soon, guys?
Yeah, festivities start early today.
Okay. I'll meet you up front. I'm gonna get some water. Come on, Bean.
Traherne's just sitting there talking to himself about the ratios of coffee to water and how to make it more efficient and taste better. Like the only math that Traherne knows how to do.
Orpheus, there's very obvious some water in the corner once you step into the chef's kitchen.
Okay.
Do you dunk your head in or you get a cup?
Dunk my head in. What? Getting a cup?
You just straight up dunking your head in and drinking it?
No. It's just thing.
I just
Hey.
see Orpheus standing at the edge of the sink going,
But I drink a lot
Bean
of water.
jumps off your shoulder and begins licking some of the water out of the barrel that's sitting on the corner.
Oh,
I'm assuming you're grabbing a cup and just
yeah.
sipping it.
Like multiple cup. And then if I see the other start leaving, heading out, I'll follow.
Roll me. Let's see. Is it this one? This one. Roll me a con save.
16.
You are successful. You do not have any exhaustion while you were drinking the water. Seems you drank way too much, and that's
Oh.
why you passed out. So thankfully, you are not exhausted. However, if you rolled a 13 or lower, you would have exhausted. You would have been exhausted and had 1 exhaustion point. Exhaustion in D&D is not good. For every point of exhaustion that you have disadvantages on certain things. Also, if you are very exhausted, meaning 3 or above, I believe you start to get effective physically, meaning your movement speed will be halved or down to 0 where you physically can't move. So exhaustion is not good. So just
Six,
be
you
mindful
die.
of that as you're getting drunk, trying to go to sleep every night. Drunken sleep is not necessarily a good sleep. May want to find out an alternative to falling asleep at night.
Tell that to 23-year-old me.
Yep.
Right?
Well, you don't miss those fucking 19-hour fucking Aeon sessions.
Well, it wasn't Anne, but I do miss those sessions, yeah. I miss being able to go that long.
I bet she does too.
Yeah.
On that note, the party heads back out to the tournament. Can hear the shouting of the crowd already as you guys approach the arena. Once again, Kahir, Valance, you are led to the side entrance where the competitors go through and into your waiting room, whereas Orpheus, Aelindel, and Traherne, you are ushered back to the stands. You show your ticket once again. And let's bring you guys into the waiting area, where you'll see, again, your familiar faces of Old Man Pilth and Dr. Camille. Again, I have Traherne, Aelindel, and Orpheus here, just so you guys can see. But here, once again, Dr. Camille's setting up your potions. You did not use one the last time, correct? And Valance, same thing, you haven't used the potion yet. You both still have the option of choosing a potion before your match starts. So I'll start with Kahir. Again, Kahir, Dr. Camille's very quickly at work, making sure that the potions are good, they're not expired, checking the contents, making sure they're potent. She looks over to you. Are you ready?
I am. And I think I'm going to go with the same one as before.
Which was the healing potion?
Healing potion. Yes. I think this may be a fierce foe, and having a second wind of health is going to be key here.
Camille looks at you up and down. You're walking different, Kahir. You seem to be
feel lighter.
stepping lighter. Yeah.
I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad you noticed. Kahir feel different.
You're talking different, too.
Goto showed me something last night, and it expanded my mind, and he said some things that just made sense.
Well, whoever... I seen that Goto figure. Seems like a giant, almost. But something about him was gentle as well.
Yes. Kind giant. Good soul.
You two have that in common. As she, again, reaches to your waist, begins tying the potion on your waist.
Kahir kind of blushes a little bit when she says that, and just kind of smirks and looks away shyly.
Yeah. Valance, Old Man Pilth calls you over, opens up a book, and begins reading a passage to you. The one known as Brielle. They say she is a dragon in human form.
Dragon in human form.
Well, it's not necessarily true, but it's not necessarily a lie either. She is like your friend, Orpheus. She's a warlock. She's made a pact with some type of dragon. Demon-type dragon, something along those lines. She wields what they call a shadow rapier. Be careful with
Okay.
her. She's not just a straight up fighter like you and I. She does use tricks to phase in and out of what we would call reality. Something like your friend Trahern's creature, his spider thing, where he can phase in and out of existence.
Mm.
Be wary of her. Keep your distance until you're ready to strike.
That's the key. Is to stay away. Is to keep the distance and let her close on me.
My point being, when she disappears, don't necessarily stand still. She'll strike from every which angle. Continue moving. That's my advice for you.
You can do that.
Good luck.
Thank
He
you.
again opens up
grasp-
the chest next to him. There is again your potions. If you so choose, to bring one in. You have the same set of potions as Kahir. You both chose the same, with the last one being the potion of haste.
I'll take the healing pot one with me.
Okay.
So while this is
You
going
were saying
on,
something before Pilt was opening the box.
I thought we were separating, so I was gonna
Okay, you're
grab
about to.
it.
Sorry, go ahead. You're gonna grab him.
Yeah, I was gonna grab him by the wrist and shake his hand, like shake him by the, like a warrior shake before we left.
He
But
grips
I didn't.
your forearm.
Yeah,
May your lance strike true. And again, his left eye begins to glow a little bit, as you probably remember back to when he changed back to his normal Asthma form. He gives you a quick nod.
thank you. May the light guide you. I
And
move
you
away.
indeed.
And
The
prepare.
Ted the announcer again rushes through the door. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're ready.
All right. I think up first is
hold on before you start it.
balance.
Trahern,
Huh?
Start the other way
Uh,
around.
Trahern feels something tugging on his leg while they're in there talking, and Spindel is like pulling on my pant leg, and he's basically upset because he didn't get to participate in all the fun and bidding, and he asks if he can bid on one of the fights today, if he can borrow my gold to bid.
You have 5 minutes to type what Spindle wants to bid on in the Discord.
How much gold can I give him to put towards a bid?
He is a creature in his right. He can go and bid himself. You just have to go with him so he doesn't, get stepped on.
Okay, so we're just gonna run out, and then we're gonna go to the guy, and we'll just put Spindel bids 200 gold on
How much money do you have?
here. I'll put that in the chat.
Okay, so you guys run over to the booth, the betting booth. Again, it is
Mhm.
quite crowded, but you finally make it to the front before the matches start. The announcer begins to talk, but the matches haven't started yet. The goblin at the betting booth reaches a hand out. Who are you betting on? And he looks up and sees Spindle.
Mm-hmm.
How does Spindle react to this goblin in front of him?
So
Totally up to you.
yeah, so I Spindel's like his eyes get big, all 8 of them, and he, like, you can tell like he's forgetting about the bid, like he almost wants to attack him, and then I'm just communicating with Spindle. I was just like, not here, not now. You said you wanted to have fun today. Give him the money and let's go to the fight. Save your energy for the event. And then Spindle is just sitting there kind of looking at the gold, looking at the goblin, looking at the gold, looking at the goblin.
The goblin slides a piece of paper in front of Spindle.
Uh-huh.
If he can't speak, have him point to the one he wants to bet on. And there's a list of names.
Okay. So Spindle points at the goblin at first, like, because he's pissed off, and then the goblin's like kind of confused, and then I'm like, Spindle, cut it out. And then he looks at the paper, and Spindle points to Kahir and drops the gold on the paper. And he drops 200
Okay.
gold.
The goblin very quickly shuffles it away, counts it. 200 gold on Kihir.
Mhm.
What is his name? Looks at you, Trahern.
Spindale.
No last name.
Just Spindale.
Okay. And what is he? He's a phase spider, by the way.
Yeah. He's a face spider.
Hmm.
And your worst
Very
enemy.
rare creature indeed. Writes down spindle, phase spider. 200 gold on Kahir.
Yep.
Please show me his ticket.
I have his ticket, so I hand it over to him because I have 2 tickets.
Yeah, they just want to make sure that he actually paid to get in here and not phased in.
Yeah.
He checks the ticket. Okay. Hands it back to you. You're all set. Enjoy the match. He hands you a complimentary popcorn.
And then I'm like,
Share with your spiderling buddy there.
thank you. Spindale's like still really annoyed, so I'm like having to
Not all
drag
of
him
us
off.
goblins are assholes. Looks at Spindle.
I'm actually like physically dragging Spindle away, and then you just see like a line of dirt, like where his like legs are planted in and not wanting to move.
Cool. So we are going to start with Kahir versus Tyrant. I'm going to shift it a little bit. We'll do Valence next. So Kahir, you're going to be the first one up. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Valence, you'll be on the sidelines watching with the rest of the group in the stands.
Yes.
This fucker's gonna hurt.
Let me bring you guys in. And swap out Valence for Kahir.
Don't roll a 20.
I swear to God.
If that's a 20, imagine what a nat 1 is.
It's the normal. We've already seen it. It's the
All
normal.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Once again, my name is Ted. Welcome to day 2, the quarterfinals. Our first match today is Kahir versus Tyrant Hellshout. Who will win out of these two opposite end warring legions? Kahir representing both the Isles of Britannia and the Kingdom of Killahem. What do you say, crowd? Who should roll the dice? Very loudly in the crowd, a chant begins. Kahir, Tyrant, Kahir, Tyrant. Is the group all chanting for Kahir as well? Orpheus is definitely cheering for Kahir.
I'm using Thermaturge to boom my voice, shouting Kahir's name.
Seems like the Kahir is the favorite today in the crowd. Kahir, come roll the dice. Again, the big dice lands in the center. And the chant starts, roll the dice, roll the dice.
Kahir's kind of like pumping and getting the crowd raising. He sees his fisherman buddies and he's pointing to them and he's, pumping. And then he turns to the dice and with like just a quick flick of his palm, using something like what he saw Goto and just kind of mimicking Goto and his new moves and his lighter feeling, he just flicks his palm to the D20.
The D20 slides across the arena, hits the statue next to Tyrant, flies up into the air, and lands again in front of you. Kahir has rolled 15.
What is that?
Let's see where you guys will be.
Kraken version 2.
Water combat!
Underwater combat.
Water combat, water combat, water combat.
Okay. The dice have been cast. Mages, please change the arena. And the arena begins to shift and change. The columns or the statues around you begin to pour water out of each of them. Not necessarily like in a peeing stance, but out of the sides of each of the statues. As the arena begins to shift and change into something of a maelstrom. Give me a moment, let me bring you guys over.
Water, come back!
What is it with? Just because I'm from the Isles of Britannia doesn't mean I don't fight on fucking water.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for 2 days.
This arena is very simply just hard to move in. You are standing in 3 feet deep of water. However, the objective is still the same. Last one standing wins. Kahir, are you ready?
Hold on. What is it that you gave me? Something doesn't improve. Yeah! Key improved danger sense. Difficult terrain that restricts movement, such as vines or the ground, deep water, and icy surfaces, has no effect on you when you enrage. So
Correct.
as soon as I go enrage, I'm not at a loss of movement.
Correct.
Yes! Let's go!
So, essentially, when the announcer says to you, Kahir, are you ready? You can ready an action or ready a rage or begin to rage. This is your opportunity, just like I was explaining to you guys before, to do something before the match starts. So if you would like to rage now, the match is beginning.
Who did Tyron fight first? It was Guy, right?
Yes, and it was very easily.
And he
Tyron
didn't hold back his blows. He went for the kill, but Guy was stabilized by the medics, right?
Correct.
Okay, so as Kahir goes into his rage, he takes the glaive off his back and with one hand points it to Tyron Hellshout. And in this loud, low, booming voice, he says, "On behalf of Southern Killahem and the Knights under Guy's protection, you have incurred the wrath of the bear." And just in this explosion of red fire, his eyes go from green to red. The blue on the glaive erupts in this like smoldering fire and just turns sheer red. And I will go into my rage.
Kahir is now glowing red. As Kahir begins to rage. Kahir, you are red for a reason, because you are not affected by this while in rage of the Maelstrom. As you step, the water around you begins to separate as the heat from your body heats up the area around you while in a rage with your key improved danger sense, essentially.
Sweet.
Tyron gives you a response as he's responding to the announcer. And out of his arm begins to shift and change and open up. As he pulls, let me see what he actually has. As he pulls a makeshift great axe out of his arm, and the arm begins to close back up. He places it into the arm that closed.
The fight begins.
And roll initiative.
I will
As
roll
the
twice.
first of the quarterfinals begins.
19.
Okay, you go first. What would you like to do? And Kahir, roll me an intelligence check as you now begin to understand things very quickly. Again, the arena seems like Tyron will probably have a hard time getting to you. If you want to put yourself in a position where you can reach him and he can't reach you, you can do so.
Yeah. I am going to just move, take my 50-foot move.
Okay.
Yeah, 50-foot move. And go to the middle of the arena. And I'm going to ready my attack action that if he enters my range, it's going to trigger with my attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I don't think he can, but just in case he can get within 10 feet of me, let's go.
Okay. Tyron, again, just quickly tries to wade through this water, but it seems to slow him down. He only moves about 15 feet in front of him and looks to you, Kahir, mumbles a couple of words that you don't understand, and raises up his makeshift great axe as a thunderous lightning bolt begins to form above him, charging his weapon. It is your turn.
This is like watching a attack an evil line.
I have to remember because I only have a limited number of key, and I have to be able to remember what I can do with my new monk stuff. So it just takes a moment. Yeah, you know what? We'll just start with this. I am going to move up 20 to be outside of his range and take my attacks. All recklessly, of course.
Do you have to rage again?
No, because I raged at the beginning of the match.
Right, but the last turn you didn't take any damage or attack, correct?
Oh,
Or
I
did
guess
that
that's
count
true.
as your first turn? Up to you. It doesn't require you to not use your Englaive anymore, right? Because that's now
Yeah,
part
so
of your
bonus
normal attack.
action will be to rage this turn because I didn't
Hmm?
throw.
You think
because I
he can
couldn't
change the
throw a
color?
javelin.
What color?
No
Right.
range.
Just white.
So.
Yep.
Yep.
And he was too far away to
send me
reach
the
without
picture.
Step of the Wind or using your...
Send me the picture.
You gonna
Movement.
Yeah, that's
change
fine.
it?
Yeah.
I'll use a rage to keep the flames going.
Okay.
What do you want?
First two attacks hit. And then just declare what type of damage you're doing with
This
the
is
cold
all
or fire.
All fire.
Okay.
So it's going to be 14, 16, 18, 20, 36, 41.
Jesus. Okay. Are you aiming for a particular part of this thing? It feels like you're crashing into armor that begins to splint off. Underneath, wherever you're attacking, you see some hints of hay, clay, some things falling out from underneath all this armor. Looks very strange to probably Kahir. This thing doesn't seem human. Seems like
It's
someone
almost
either
like
is
a
controlling it
living,
or it's, magically
like Mir?
binded.
Like, do I
yeah.
recognize signs of like what Mir was?
Yes.
Okay. So with that thought, Kahir's gonna continue his movement back again.
Okay.
And that'll be Kahir's turn.
Iron is going to continue moving forward. Look to you, Kahir, and say, no, to want to fight straight up, huh? Puts a hand on himself, and the bits and pieces that were crushed off from your attack begin to recoalesce within his body as he lays on hands for himself for 40 points of HP. And puts a hand out to you to tell you, come. It is your turn. As you hear a shout from the crowd, from Orpheus. It is your turn, Kahir.
I will shift up 5. Take my attacks again.
Three hits.
54.
54 damage.
Again, same thing. You crash out some of this splints of armor, some hay, some clay begin to pour out from this thing. It almost takes a knee from this particular blow, but stands tall again, readying his makeshift great axe. Anything else in your turn?
Yep. Kahir's going to shift in 5 more feet.
Okay,
I'm going to spend a key point at the end of that to do Flurry of Blows.
go for it. Did you add unarmored attack to your character sheet?
Yes. Yeah.
Unarmed
It's got
attack, I mean.
monk unarmed strike.
Okay.
27,
let's
25.
see. Both hit.
For another 18 damage.
Again, just... how does this look as Kahira's maybe punching things for the first time rather than using his glaive?
As he steps up, he kind of comes up from like a downward strike up into the air with his glaive and just launches it. And as Tyrant's eyes go with his hand movements, Kahir reels back and takes the energy from his center core and just launches out 2 quick blows with his fists, erupting in the fire from his rage, and just punches into like his thorax area. And then as the glaive comes back, he kind of spins it like a baton and immediately starts. And then I'm going to use another key point to cast Disengage for my bonus action. Or no, Flurry of Blows was my bonus action. Never mind, I'll stay in melee. But he'll catch the glaive and spin it like a baton and just grin.
Goto from the crowd grabs Valance and Aelindil with both of his arms, pulls him close. You see that? I teach him that! I teach him that! And starts shaking both of you. As he's a proud sensei.
As Aelindil's like almost getting like throb head over here.
Trope joked out. Yeah. I teach him that! Go here! You hear from the crowd here. Tyrant again almost takes a full knee as you deal quite a devastating blow to him. Ending your turn there.
You know what? He can have an attack of opportunity. I'm going to move.
Okay. Again, a crash of lightning comes down as this axe gets raised up and swings downwards. With a 10.
17, because I'm recklessly attacking, so he has
Okay,
advantage.
17.
But
Yes.
that will miss.
Okay.
Still, because I now have an 18.
Okay.
And then I will move. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So I will move there. And just kind of as a little final thing, I'll do the same motion that he did to me. I'll point my palm at him and just, let's go.
Cool. Okay.
Oops.
Let's see. What can he do?
He's using his newfound intelligence during his rage to keep things at bay.
Hell yeah.
The carrots are no longer a threat.
That's right. I'm not afraid of no carrots no mo.
Up next, celery sticks.
Tyron very quickly just looks down, looks back up at you, and a fire begins to glow in his eyes. His eyes begin to glow even more red than they were before. As an aura begins to coalesce Tyron, essentially what he casts is Shield of Faith on himself. As he again begins to move closer. But does not enter your threat range. It is your turn.
Oh, you sneaky bastard. Here's just going to shift up one to get within range and weave his fire attacks.
Two hits, one's a crit. I'm almost guaranteed that you're going to finish this fight very quickly. How would you like to finish the fight? And are you dealing a death blow or non-lethal?
I will not withhold and do non-lethal. I won't do a finishing blow to completely off him, but I'll kind of reciprocate what he did to Guy and not withhold it, but put him down.
Okay.
Recycle him!
But his hilt is actually going to come in first and do a massive hit to his abdomen, and then his last two he's just basically almost with his newfound speed and everything. It's gonna appear as it happened simultaneously, but he's going to cross slash across him, just biting into his from shoulder to hip and then shoulder to hip on the other direction, and it'll kind of appear like it happened simultaneously as a just giant flaming X across his chest.
Yeah, through this giant flaming X across his chest, the armor almost falls off, and you see underneath the magical being that's living in this armor is literally just clay and dirt and hay and random bits and bobs held together by some magical force that you can see exposed in front of you. As you don't necessarily, I think you say you're not dealing a straight up killing blow. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
However,
sending it
if
to
you
death
wanted
saves
to,
with it.
you would be able to just straight up put your glaive into the center of this and would probably kill this thing as he kneels in front of you, almost lifeless, and the glow on his eyes begins to dim very, very quickly. And that's it! Here is your winner! And the crowd goes insane as you make quick work of Tyrant Hellshout. Any victory poses, Mr. Kahir?
Yep, just kind of going back to the pump and pointing out the people in the crowd that he recognizes, and then he kind of points to Goto, and and he's like, "Yes, we did it."
Yeah, from the crowd, you see 4 or 5 different poles, fishing poles, set their reels out into the water in front of you with some roses attached to it from your friends of the Fisherman Guild that you met, Mr. Kahir.
Nice.
So some roses are laying in the water in front of you, attached to some fishing poles. The arena begins to shift and change back to the normal landscape as the next match begins. I'm going to bring you guys over to this first as I set up the next stuff. Kahir, once again, you did not use your potion, so that is still on the table for your next matches. Let's see.
Gotten real lucky not having this oddball arena that has ended up working in my favor.
It's part of the tournament. All right. We're going to go right to Valence versus Brielle. However, there are matches in between. I will post the results in Discord after today's session. We don't have much more time left over. So we're going to jump right into Valence versus Brielle. Okay, so once again, the crowd is... this is actually the last match of the day. It is now mid-afternoon. And again, the crowd is chanting. A lot of them are chanting for Brielle. Quite a few are chanting for Valence. And let me bring you guys onto the map. As Brielle steps onto the arena and takes a couple steps forward as you do, Valence, Brielle does a bow to you and to the crowd and lays a hand out. You can roll. General. Well, it looks like Brielle's letting our
What's that?
General of the Ebon Rose take the roll for the day. Roll that dice!
Move up to it, and I just fucking slam it with the back end of my spear.
Okay. Again, it slams across the arena. Lands in front of Brielle. She looks down at it. Roll me a d20.
That's not the right spot.
And did you roll your hand of fate for the day?
I did.
6.
I see
It
it.
was
Yep, I see it. 6!
Which one is this?
Alright, let me grab everything here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna move you guys to where I can grab you guys easier. Cool. And we're gonna shift over to number 6. Welcome to the Earth Trial. Boulders and all different rock features on this map will cause a little issues with line of sight. This is a melee tournament, but if you can't find your opponent, how can you fight them? Best of luck to our competitors. This is a 1v1. Balance, are you ready?
yes.
Balance, would you like to ready anything?
Not the. I don't really have anything too ready.
For example, like if you had a specific type of smite, like a thunderous smite, you can add it to your weapon. Things that will trigger on hit.
Wouldn't want to waste that over using a real smite.
True. Brielle, are you ready? She whips out her shadow rapier as her action. I am, she says. Let the match start! And roll me initiative in 1 moment. Let me clear out the previous one. Whenever you're ready.
I pop my character sheet out.
Yep. Make sure you click on your character token.
Yeah, I doubled back in to do that.
And you do have advantage to roll twice from your bracer, but still not high enough. So you'll go second. Your higher was 17. Brielle takes a few steps forward.
Roll a 20 on her.
Yes, she did. She takes a few steps forward. Valence, in the center stone is only about 3 feet tall, but the rest are about 10 to 15 feet all around you. Let me actually put it on here because this is going to play a role on line of sight and things like that if you can see each other. Currently, you guys can see each other across the map, but every other stone around is about 10 or 15 feet high. So let me draw something on the map really quick. I'll make this font and this color. So these stones are 10 to 15 feet high. And then this one is 3 feet high. Can you see that on the map?
Yep, I see the heights.
Okay, cool. So looking past the 3 foot high stone, you see Brielle take a couple of steps forward, and as she does, she disappears. And it is your turn.
Dirt. So she vanished out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move back here and keep my back towards the wall.
Okay. Let me get on the right layer, sorry. As you put your back to the wall, you're looking around. Maybe she hid behind a rock or something. Very quickly, out of the corner of your eye, you see her reappear where you were, or at least in the line of vision of where you were. She once again reappears and begins to move forward again. She moves to about 15 or 10 feet out. You do have an attack of opportunity here.
All right. I don't like that I have this popped out right now. It's bothering me.
Yeah, fix whatever you need to fix. Let's
24?
see. 24. She attempts to parry your attack with her Shadow Rapier, but your lance goes right through her rapier and hits her in her shoulder. Roll me damage. $21.
Yep.
As you cut into her shoulder, some red blood trickles down, and her eyes glow redder. However, once again, she disappears in front of you. And it is your turn.
All right. She vanished again, so do I have I don't have anything to counter that. Oh. Can I use this?
You can. You did do this, I believe, while you were, for the first time when you saw her, and you felt the same thing that you felt in Orpheus. You were also told by Pilth that she is essentially a warlock and is tied to some type of undead or some type of dragon. However, you feel Orpheus in the crowd, but you don't feel Brielle. It's almost as if she's phased out of this existence.
All right. I guess I'm just on the defensive.
You staying there?
No, I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. That's my turn.
Riel reappears. It takes a step forward. She's already within your threat range, so you will not have an attack of opportunity here. As she's not leaving your threat range, she's reappeared already in it. I read the rules and I went over this with Zeph as well, just to see if what her special ability is, if you would get attacks of opportunity if she reappears within your threat range. It's only if she moves into that 10-foot range that you would get an attack of opportunity. So just a quick heads up, TDLR on that.
If you can see her move into that threat range.
Correct.
Since she's not visible and reappearing, you can't see her. But if you, for some reason, have see invisibility, you would see her move in and you'd get it.
Yeah, I can't do that.
A set of attacks come through.
One's a hit. Second was a miss.
You take 10 psychic damage as this Shadow Rapier almost feels like it pierces your mind instead of your body. However, this time she doesn't disappear. It is your turn.
All right.
As she looks to the crowd.
I'm gonna immediately attack.
Go for it.
It's all hit.
Let's see.
One crit.
Considering she has light armor,
Uh, those all hit.
all
Give
right.
me all the
Roll
damages.
that damage.
There's a crit.
First one. Second one.
Oh my god. Why
Third one.
Why you have a crit? Oh, okay.
Let me get the calculator.
You don't even need it. You don't need it.
Oh, is she dead?
The final scene of today's session. Valance lets out a concussive blast as his smites and his attacks deal true to the seemingly quick Brielle, who keeps shifting in and out of vision. An eruption occurs, and the rocks on the field all explode in unison as the final blow is dealt to Brielle Levy. How would you like to down her? Tell me how this looked.
I basically straight up went anime style with my spear. I spun it around, striking multiple times, and the final blow from the back end of my spear launches her across the arena into one of the far off rocks.
She slams against the rock very hard. Valance, roll me 2 wisdom saving throws as the arena begins to quiet down and something begins to happen.
Oh, I closed my goddamn character sheet.
For everyone else, Valance just stands there for a moment, but Valance, everyone in the crowd just freezes for a moment.
Please tell me he dies too, so that I can get my payout.
12 and
Valance,
24.
roll me a D100. /roll space 1D100. Valance, you take 52 points of damage. And you hear a voice in your mind. So, you're the one that they used to call the Paladin of Death.
Indeed.
My name is Ulrich. And I feel we'll be meeting each other very soon. Hopefully your friend Orpheus is doing well. Wraith, for sure, this is the same person that destroyed half of your kingdom, who's now speaking to you in your mind. As, again, the arena is frozen as you look around. You've slain one of my children. Brielle won't wake. You've killed her.
Sorry, Zeph said something now. I'm like all focused on it.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat anything?
Yes, all of it.
So Ulrich is speaking to you in your mind. First off, you failed your first wisdom save, which resulted in you taking 52 points of damage, which I'm assuming hasn't downed you, correct?
No.
Okay. Secondly, you succeeded on your second wisdom save. However, you're now in direct commune with Ulrich Daddy, who is Orpheus's pact owner. And he mentions to you that he's also the pact owner of Brielle, who you've just killed. He's telling you that you've killed her, which I don't think you were dealing a death blow to this person who's a knight of Rosegarden. However, he's mentioning to you now that he knows that you're going to see each other very soon. But again, this is the person who's destroyed half of your kingdom. Is there anything you want to say to him?
We'll definitely be meeting very soon. And when we do, you'll see why was called the Paladin of Death.
Hmm.
You can
I
ask
wonder if
Hiram.
they'll even let you leave the kingdom now that you've slain one of your own.
And I just look over at her.
Yeah, again, everything is frozen around you, including Aelindil, Orpheus, Traherne, Kahir in the crowd, the announcer. He looks like he's in mid-speech as you look around. But things begin to start to speed back up, and the crowd begins to start moving again as you hear a final sentence. And you can reply in this final sentence as he says to you, "My pet dragon will have some fun with you yet."
Well, send your dragon.
Mhm. What fun would that be? As everything begins to again come back to life, you hear the cheers of the crowd once again. And Brielle is down! Valence is our winner of this quarterfinals. Tomorrow will be our semifinals, and then we'll know who's fighting in the final rounds. Will Valence be in our finals? Will Kahir? Who knows? Tune in next time in our session of D&D. I'll see you guys next week.